right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Progressive Podcast. It is episode 96, 4 episodes away from episode 100. You know what it is. If you're watching this, please, or if you're listening, take notes.
Take notes.
All right, so it's been a while. We apologize, but as you can see, it's freezing. I got the hoodie on, got the jacket on. And speaking of hoodies will be coming out soon.
Very soon.
We've been having a bit of a back and forth with our manufacturers, but hey, we're here just to kind of put it out there. All right. But, in this life, there's some interesting things. All right. And, the thing about winter here in Southern Africa is that we know winter is coming.
Yeah.
We know winter is coming, but
it took a while though.
It took a while this time. Greta Thunberg, she was onto something, respectfully.
I think we're suffering now for it having taken a while. Because instead of there being a build-up, it's kind of just
hitting us hard.
Hitting us
like,
now.
Pull it. But no, it's freezing. Nothing like what's happening in Lesotho, though. Like, it's snowing up there. And
it has snowed here before though, right? It has. I remember there was a year. It wasn't mild, but it was like it was freezing. Like,
I think it was like last year. Actually,
things were icing out. Like
like it was cold, like ice cold, like ice. Anyways, but do me. But anyways, Dumi, how has the week been, man?
Oh man, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. I'd say 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, 6. It's been a bit of a mixed bag, but we have to keep pushing. Sometimes you don't want to do things, guys, but you have to do it anyways. You have to do it.
Like
do it.
I'm
do it, guys.
Gotta really cook it.
Yeah, man. But we keep pushing, man. Regardless, we keep pushing because if you don't do it, no one else will. And life goes on without you. That's just the truth. And so you can either choose to. It is a very harsh reality. You can either choose to, stay keep up, or fall away and fall into obscurity, really. And that's your choice, of course.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. The choice is yours.
Dun dun dun.
But that's
real. And I think on my week, man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. Crazy.
But good crazy. Sometimes in life, this was the first time since high school.
Yeah.
I caught strays. Like stray bullets in the classroom. Why am I catching strays, fam?
Mad.
Why? What? Why?
Yeah.
And then?
Yeah.
And then, Mietani did this. What?
Like Ngenapi, dog.
Why?
Crazy.
Caught some strays this week, but hey, I'm here. Bigger, better. You get me, fam. Bombaras clat. Sorry. This Jamaican guy, man. Anyways, but yeah, I'm feeling good. Looking forward to this week. Looking really excited for the stage play and the film and this animation I'm working on for grad. So. Yeah, man, it's gonna be nice if you're in Johannesburg, or if you can come down later in the year. You might be able to get the chance to see me live. But anyways, details will come out in due time, and with it,
as soon as possible.
Yeah, and with it being Men's Mental Health Month, and 69% or 68. No, it's 70% actually.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, last time I checked, 70% of our audience is men. Right, so 70% of the people that listen and watch are, the people that consume what we're putting down are men. So we decided, for this month, we're gonna really tailor for the brothers, for the fellow comrades, all right, for the sergeants.
Yeah.
Shout out to any vets that listen. I know we've got a big audience in America.
Yeah.
America.
South Africa, watch out.
Yeah. It's actually a tie, South Africa and America. On our listenership as well. So really this month's for all the brothers. If you're a lady and you got a fellow brother, or if you dating a man,
then let them know.
Yeah, let them know that this is what we're putting down, and this is something they can pick up. So cool. So in this episode, we're looking at breaking the stigma. All right, the stigma is tied to men's mental health. All right, and everything. But before we get into that, we're gonna tackle this week's icebreaker. All right, and no pun intended, ice with it being winter.
Ice on the mic.
Yeah, maybe I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish, now let me not shout this one out. Out of respect for the brother.
Real.
Because he doesn't want me to do it. But you know who you are. Yeah.
So, because it's Men's Mental Health Month, this icebreaker is going to be tailored to that. All right. And this week's icebreaker for all the brothers out there is... oh my gosh. So, if you have a problem, how are you dealing with the problem? Are you breaking something, or are you doing some physical activity? Two options. Are you breaking something, or are you going to go do some physical activity? How do you deal with, like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Oh, cool, I'm going to punch this wall. Or let me do like some push-ups, drop down, give me 50 or some type of vibe. I don't know, to me. Which one you going with?
Probably physical exercise. Try to exercise 3 to 4 times a week. It's great. It just kind of let everything out. And in terms of like doing anything, like if for some reason you're not able to, I don't know, bro, just grab a pillow and just hit the wall or something with it, because you probably will do least damage with that. But other than that, physical exercise is definitely the best option, I would say. Because you don't want to break things. You don't want to break things.
It's not much, but it's honest work. I think on my end, before it used to be, let me punch something or kick something or whatever. And then it like really hurt the one time, and then I was like, okay, I need another outlet. Yeah, so then shout out to the weights, the gains, the bench press. So now I also, in the gym 4 times a week, 5 times if I really need to stretch. So but cool. Let's get down to the topic of the day. We're breaking the stigmas. Dumi, just hit us up with the first one over there.
Yes. So the first one is men should be strong and stoic. And so essentially the belief here is men are expected to be emotionally strong and not show vulnerability. And the impact is this stigma can make men feel ashamed of expressing emotions or admitting to mental health struggles, leading to suppressed feelings and untreated mental health issues. As a first point, it's coming out strong, man. It's coming out swinging.
But like there's some truth to that though. And a lot of people disagree. But like for all the dudes out there, you sometimes, not that stoicism, right, is the law, right? But there's certain aspects of stoicism, like self-control, not acting out based off of emotion, right? And regulating your emotions, right? Which is a topic really for another day. Like that's something we can really unpack. But like sometimes life is just hitting, you go through seasons, right? Life is in seasons. Sometimes you just gotta be stoic, bro.
Kind of just gotta push through.
Like the bison, the American bison, right? When the storm comes through, it doesn't go around the storm. It goes through the storm. It goes through the snowstorm, and it's like, you know what? I don't like this. I know I got a lot of fur on me, but the quickest way through the season is through down the middle. We keep it pushing, head down, we go. Right? And sometimes life is like that, and it's not a storm every day. But when there is a storm, right, you'll find that you need to be someone's pillar of strength, right? So if the people confiding in you, right, are, let's say, quote unquote, emotional or distressed, and they're coming to you looking for strength, to some degree, you have to be that stoic guy to be like, you know what, guys, it's gonna be all right. But then now this is where the thing comes in, where now once it's all said and done, you need to somehow find an outlet to de-stress. For other guys that could be building something, going to the gym, talking, and the thing is, it doesn't work for everybody,
or the same things.
The same thing don't work for everybody, It was this article, I was reading this thing in Australia, right? The government wanted to tackle men's mental health. So they got dudes to sit down and talk about their problems. Didn't work. So then what they did do after some time is do this thing called build a shed campaign. Shed, like garden shed.
Yeah.
So they got men to bring their garden tools and they legit just build a shed. And in the process of cutting wood, we cutting wood there, Doomy's doing what is. I'm like, man, like my partner and I, bro, it's not a good time. You end up talking about it.
Yeah, I think as men, one thing I've realized, I mean, we're relatively young, right? 23, 24, or 24, 23. But I think one thing I've understood is that whatever the solution is for men, more often than not always, but probably like 90% of the time, it involves action. If you're talking, it must also have an action. Or you'll talk and then an outcome needs to come from that talk.
Yeah.
And then you need to take action. Like something needs to happen physically. There needs to be some sort of physical action, whether it's you going to the place, patching things up with this person, or going to the gym, or building a shed. That's kind of, there has to be some sort of action.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just to kind of go back to what you were saying before, I think you're right in the sense that as men, it's very important for us to, in times of crisis or in times of need, you need to be stoic and you need to have a strong front, because that's kind of what will calm everyone down and get everyone through. Yeah. But then obviously that's why it's so much more important actually to, like you said, have those whatever those outlets are, so that you can balance it out, so that when the time comes again for you to like be stoic, that you can kind of have them. Yeah. And it's I think it's the reason why it's so important to have specifically like a men's mental health month is because it's so different from the ladies. It's not the same thing.
It's not even on a competition thing.
Yeah, it's more of just understanding how those psychological dynamics work, but like between men and then like between women, like between themselves, and kind of figuring out how to deal with those. And they're different. And that's why it's so important for us to address these things, Yeah.
And that's why things like, and it's just how the men, like our brains are just wired, like our frontal lobe needs to be doing something. And this is why gaming is such a powerful thing. It's like modern day, like before guys used to go like to war or climb trees, and whatever. But like, if you look at like when we were in matric, we used to play PUBG. Yeah. Right? Like half of our grade was playing PUBG. Like even Martin, bro, was on that PUBG level, bro. No disrespect to Martin.
Shout out Martin.
That's my guy. But like gaming, and that's the thing, like some girls would complain like, what's the point of gaming? Why is it even so fun? Like that like dudes need that dude time.
Yeah, you need that dude time.
Yeah,
you're
like
just telling a brother, bro, on your left, duck, sniper, 44, whatever.
Yeah, bro, on your left, like bro, pop. And then now when you're getting to the next location, and in between, like, yo, dude, like, man, I approached my crush. And like she like really said something offensive to me, bro. Like that was crazy, bro.
It can actually get so deep in those moments. That's why like you were talking even like the shed, like building the shed thing. It can get really deep, and that's when you end up having like those like deep moments as men, where things just come out and you actually talk about it, and you're like, nah, bro, like I feel you, man. Like I'm there. Like,
this is how it worked for me, And like Bob also went through a similar thing. I have a chat with Bob about it. Like even the most like the deepest conversations I've had with my dad, we were never sitting down and talking.
Yeah.
We were either building something, we were walking, exercise, or we're doing grocery runs or something. Like there was something, we had a main agenda, and then the information was just coming out.
Yeah.
And like dudes don't need to like look at each other on some.
Yeah, that's not
it doesn't have to be just like that. Like
it's just things, bro. Like sometimes we'll be here, someone's cooking.
Yeah, someone's cooking, having dinner,
the
like
conversations happen, and sometimes it just gets deep out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, like you're just like talking about, bro, exactly. Like just the important things about life, pushing each other to work hard. I don't know, like it just there's just something, man.
It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, and personally, I'm grateful that I think we have the right guys in our unit, so that we can have these conversations and just kind of unpack things, because it's been an interesting ride this year. I have to be honest. I'm personally grateful, just on that front. I think we can go on to the second point, right?
Yeah, cool. Let's get on to the second point. Let me read it here. It's cool. So second point, right? One of the stigmas, that men experience, around men's mental health is seeking help is a sign of weakness. All right. So the belief is that asking for help or seeking seeking therapy is a weakness, right? Men may avoid seeking professional help due to the fear of being perceived as weak, which can, just emphasize and like heighten mental health problems.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Michael Jordan quotes, right, is "Stop it, get some help." And I think it's just this thing that, like, you see, this one for me, it's never been a thing, like
Or
I
like
need help.
struggling to ask for help.
Yeah, because I've always needed help academically.
So like that kind of got you used to the thing of like if I do need help, then like
I'm ask for help.
Ask,
you get what I'm saying? But like, even apart from like academics or business or whatever the case may be, even things that I am extremely proficient in. And when things, it's just that you kind of have to be shameless about it, and you have to be honest, and that's the thing, because, and it's a thing that in life, men are expected to some degree to know or have it under control.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Right, especially if you're like coming from a
unspoken expectation.
Yeah, this unspoken rule, and it's within our nature to want to provide, to protect, to lead, right? Which now, to some extent, encourages you or forces you to be in a position where you need to create such an environment where things are under control. Because when things hit the fan, it's women and children that go off the boat first, and then the men, we got to make a plan. Right. So, and traditionally, from a traditional standpoint, right, that's just what it is, But like, for all the dudes, man, like, even if you're not going to therapy, right, because at the end of the day, you don't want people just knowing your problems, right? And I understand that therapy doesn't work for everybody. Right? Some people, you just need exercise, bro. You just need more blood flow to your brain.
Real, man. So
like,
real.
Like, I think it was yesterday where I was like,
eat well.
Yeah,
like
sleep well, eat well, because I'm like, sometimes it's not that you're sad. You just
hungry.
you're just hungry. It's not that you're frustrated. You're just either hungry or you just need some time to think.
Or dehydrated.
Or you're dehydrated. Yeah. So, essentially, right, like, even if you, and the thing is, guys will ask for help, right, but it's not direct.
I feel it now.
You get what I'm saying? So like, amongst each other, like, amongst gents, we'll be like, yo, I'm getting cooked, right? This guy.
No, because it's the video.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked, But
everyone started laughing.
But like, sometimes, like, we'll laugh about our problems, but like, on the reels, like, yo, this thing's hard, bro.
It's cooking.
Like it's cooking. But then amongst each other, and this is why, as guys, you need solid friend groups, right? To hold each other accountable. I don't like it when it's blanket statements like, men don't hold each other accountable. What do you mean? Like what do you mean by that? That's a bit too vague. You need to be specific when making these statements. Even if you say something like, some men don't hold each other accountable, cool, that's fine. Because now, with the way things have been, right, even in the movies, right, this is some, now me speaking from from what I've seen, from a film standpoint, is that the male characters are not necessarily what they used to be. Now in a series, the dad is the dumb one, out of shape, quirky, stupid, or whatever.
And everyone's just like always just on, like,
everyone's just grilling him like he's the laughing stock of the thing. Where before, incapable of doing basic things or whatever, and then before was the complete opposite, bro. Like on some Van Damme, go get her, like he's that guy, James Bond type of vibe, Batman, Bruce Wayne,
And I think it's so important because it kind of, when you show like your Van Damme, I think Van Damme is like a great example. Like, it's just that basic, like, as gents, we're quite simple,
just like, simple human beings.
Just get after it, work hard, physical exercise, whatever that looks like. Even if it's just you play, what's it, disky, that's what it's called, disky with the gents.
Even
like,
if it's soccer,
every 2 days, whatever. Like, it's just basic concepts. And those are getting taken away now, which it doesn't help with this mental health thing.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't help with this mental health thing. But yeah, I think on some level, it's important to admit when you need help and get whatever that help looks like. Obviously, not everyone is therapy. It can be something else, but it's important to admit when you do need help. And for example, for myself, that's something that's very difficult for me to do because I found out, May 2020, I think, in 2020, that I'm a 2021, sorry, that I'm a perfectionist. I didn't know this. And so it's like, I like helping people. I don't mind helping people, but it's difficult for me to ask for help. So it's like, yeah, you kind of have to work through that. And it's something that you have to admit to yourself. I think part of being a man is also just admitting when things are actually out of your hands. They really are. Then like you have to admit
beyond
it.
You type
when
of
it's
thing.
Beyond you, admit it before it gets all out of control. Because you can admit it, and then you and another guy, maybe you guys can do it together, whatever that is. Or you and another person, you and the therapist, you and your family member. Bring your father in. Sometimes, one thing that I've learned recently is that older people, we as young people, sometimes we like, man, this guy's like from whenever the 70s, the 80s, he doesn't know it like that. Trust me,
bro,
guys.
He knows it like that, bro.
Please, if you take one thing out of this episode, listen to the elders, guys. I'm not saying they're perfect. They're not perfect. But trust me, guys, there's things that you're really gonna have to hear from them. There's lessons that you'd rather learn from your parents or your aunt or your grandfather than learn it by yourself, because some lessons people learned for you so that they can guide you, they can teach you, so that you can make mistakes they never made, so that you can go to higher levels, kind of thing. I think it's one thing is making the same mistakes. Some mistakes, of course, it's part of life, but there's some things that you don't have to do. You can actually learn from your elders and then kind of take it.
Sometimes there's no need to get cooked, bro. Like, just ask for help. And even like within relationships, right? Now with your partner, what that looks like is that the reason why some guys don't open up to their partners is because it's an emasculating experience. You tell your partner that, listen, I don't have it like that, really struggling financially or whatever. She's like, oh, okay, we're going to get through it. Then you guys get into a fight, and
then it gets used again.
Yeah, then it gets used against you, right? And then as a guy, all you say to yourself is that I'll never want to experience that again, and you just close off. It's very easy for us to close off, and so it's more than just a safe space. Like sometimes if a dude's just silent, just it's okay.
It's okay actually.
Silence doesn't mean that there's a problem. Silence just means that I need space right now to process the crazy stuff that I went through.
Yeah, it's just like thoughtfulness, or just kind of like just silence. Like you're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Sometimes like when I come back from school after a long day, I'll just sit in my room in silence. I'll throw my phone on the bed and I'll just sit and rock on my chair and just sit in silence.
You actually do have those moments where you're just like you just like chill, like you
just exist, And then when they ask you, what are you thinking about? And you're like, nothing. It's really nothing.
Yeah,
you just switch off for some time,
That's important.
And then you get it back on, and then you keep it pushing. But anyways, let's do the third one.
Yes, I think you've kind of already touched on it, like towards the end of this point here. You kind of touched on it.
Yeah, this one's this one's a bit spicy. No, I'm kidding. But mental health issues are feminine. All right. There's a belief that mental health issues are often stereotypically associated with women. All right. The impact is that this stereotype can make men feel that mental health issues are not masculine, discouraging them from acknowledging their struggles. And this, the way I see it, comes down to conditioning. Right. We had a great debate in class the other day. And it was a thing of boys are not groomed to what's this, to embrace how they feel.
Yes,
right.
That's true,
so from a young age, we're not conditioned like that. Right. And it's a thing where it's sort of not acceptable to just be in your feels. Hey, dude, why are you crying? Get up, let's go. Right? But with the ladies now, it's a thing of, no, she's crying or whatever the case is. And that's
unpack
fine.
It, or
unpack it or whatever. Or
just let her cry. Whereas the lad, it's not really let him cry. No, like
why you cry? Like stand up, like let's do it.
Let's go. Yeah.
Right? So my lecture had a rebuttal as to why can't we condition boys the same way? Right? To be open like that. So it's not even a toxic masculinity thing. It's business. It's business. So emotions are a commodity, right? That's why there's things like color psychology, right? That's why when you see McDonald's or you see Coca-Cola, how do you feel? Happy, right? That's why they call it the happy meal. Do you get what I'm saying? To make you feel what? happy. So now when it comes down to things like this, where now they say, oh, it's a feminine thing, it's because it's business. It's literally business, right? Because who now, if you just look from what I've seen, who do they, when they market these things, right? Things like psychology and everything, it's the bigger market is on the women. Right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, okay, I'm not sure what the stats are necessarily here in South Africa, but we know at least in the US that women make about 70% of like the buying decisions, like across the board. So in the market, they are influencing the market the most.
Exactly.
Right. So if you can influence
the majority,
then you can win the market basically in whatever way, depending on what you're trying to do. But yeah. And it's just a reality, you know. It's just facts, guys.
Because think about it, man. Why does therapy not sell for men the way it does for women, but those men's programs sell more for men than for women? You know, those programs they send you out where you go in the woods, no phone for like 30 days. You go through rough conditions and just come out a better man, bro.
You
get what I'm saying?
So real, bro. It's like, actually so real,
bro. You just come out better mentally, physically, emotionally, bro, spiritually to some degree.
Yeah, it's crazy because we came back from church earlier, and I don't know, I had this thought out of nowhere. We weren't even talking about this, and I said I can't wait until I have sons so that I can take them on a training camp and be like, all right, maggots, it's just you and me now.
And we get down to it.
Like, get down to business. Like, I don't know, it's just something, it wasn't even, had nothing to do with what we were talking about. But it just kind of made me realize that, yeah, man, you kind of just, you need that. You need that adversity. As a man, like, you just need to go through that rough, like, you just come out the other side way better, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like even our pastor said it, you can't celebrate, or you can't enjoy like your enjoyment without conquering anything. Right?
You must conquer first and then enjoy.
Right? It's never the other way around. And if it's the other way around, you never go far.
You'll never conquer because you'll always stop at a place and enjoy, and it'll slow you down, and the mountain gets bigger, and there's more to do, and so
So now it even comes down to this whole thing now when you look at delayed gratification and everything. Like even it's a biblical principle. Right, when the man got punished in the garden, the instruction was that, this is me paraphrasing, right? But you can go check this out in Genesis. Is that we will suffer to get produce out of the ground. So adversity is already in our lives. People think, oh, this guy's not a Christian, but how does he have a successful life? He's following the biblical principles. They're not just for us. If you follow the biblical principles,
regardless,
you'll get the outcome.
You'll get the outcome.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyways. Let's get into the quote of the week, yeah? Men's mental health is just as important as physical health. Taking care of your mind is a sign of strength, not weakness. Let's break the stigma and prioritize mental well-being. You know, there's brothers who are in the gym going hard. But here, it's not as hard. Like, yes, they're benching 100, they're squatting this, but like, what's fueling them? Do you get what I'm saying? Because I know what you need to know why you're in the gym, number one. Number two, you need to have the right fuel. Right?
I think you actually mentioned this in an episode, I think maybe it wasn't even last season, but the previous season, when you were talking about the things, like what was fueling you in terms of the things that happened in high school where like people treated you. So you came to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm actually not being fueled by the right things. Although I'm doing good things, but at the end of the day, am I really maximizing, kind of thing? So it's like, I don't know, it ties in.
Your output is it's very important, you know. And I really urge gents, even if you don't talk to somebody, right? Like right now, like this thing doesn't happen like this. Just write it down. Write it down.
It might actually make it easier.
It'll make it easier
to speak to someone.
You don't just. You know, and that's the thing. When we now given instructions as men or whatever, it's expected like this. It's not IG, fam. Where you just double tap and there's a red heart. Somebody, whatever, right? Like liked your photo, whatever the case is. No, it takes time. And once you understand the time frame and things take time, it'll be a lot better for you. So I think to all the gents out there, man, you are appreciated. We're celebrating you. All right. Any win for you is a win. Celebrate those small wins. You are able, you are worthy, you are capable, man. And I think this is the thing. as men, we don't hear this often.
Yeah,
it's always,
real.
and I think it was Chris Rock who said, women and children are loved unconditionally, and men are loved on the condition on whether they can protect, provide, and so on and so forth.
So on and so forth.
Yeah. And you know, this is a thing for debate, you know, because then people will say, no, most people won't like get with the guy when he's like really broke, but like when he's got like all the money, you know, that's when people want to associate with, because like, you know, anyways, it's a whole thing. But I think Dume and I are gonna park it there for now. But yeah, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to let us know what you think in the comments. All right, share, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.